Shahnaz, please tell me, what are you going to teach me how to cook today?
Today?
Yes.
Well, today we'll do mince cutlets.
Minced cutlets.
Mince cutlets.
And what's the history behind minced cutlets?
Actually, this particular type of cutlet has been very popular in our family.
Yes.
It's my mother's recipe. But cutlets, of course, has a history. It goes back to the Anglo-Indian influence on our cuisine. And as you know, my book is not so much a recipe book as it is about the cuisine of the country and all the communities that are settled in Pakistan and the geographical and historical factors that resulted in the development of their cuisine.
Yes.
So I'd written a little thing about cutlets, which was, and how it originated. This particular cutlet that I'll be making today is our specialty, my family's specialty. It's a little different from the regular cutlets. But otherwise, cutlets in Pakistani cuisine specifically refers to cooked meat, which is minced mutton, beef, chicken, or fish, and vegetable stuffing that is deep fried with a batter covering, usually of beaten eggs and breadcrumbs. But this one doesn't have breadcrumbs.
It doesn't have
No.
breadcrumbs.
That's why it's different.
So then what do you...
I'll be using vermicelli instead.
Oh, that's very
Yeah,
interesting.
so
That's
it'll
very
be a little
interesting.
different.
Should I read out the ingredients?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. What you need for these is a 1/4 kilogram of mincemeat, 3 large potatoes, 2 large onions, 2 teaspoons of coriander powder, that's dhania, half a teaspoon of lal mirch powder, red chilies, 1 teaspoon of ginger, 1 teaspoon of garlic, vermicelli as required, 1 egg, oil for frying, and hara dhania, coriander leaves, mint leaves, and green chilies, 1 tablespoon chopped, and 1 teaspoon of salt.
Okay. So you can ask me things as I go along. I
Yes.
think I can start the cooking preparation.
And can you do this with any type of mincemeat? You can do it with chicken mince if you want.
Yes,
with
you can do any. You can use chicken if you like. I have used beef mince,
Okay.
the one that is basically ground very fine,
Okay.
because for cutlets those work better. So this is beef mince. But what I will first do is I will show you the 3 potatoes that are mentioned in the ingredients. So these are the 3 large potatoes that we're going to mash.
So you've boiled and peeled
Yeah,
these.
I've already boiled them and peeled them so as to save time. And what we'll do is we'll just mash it up so that. Okay.
This is good exercise.
इसको oops इस तरह मत करें. Okay. All right, we put very, very little oil. There are 2 onions in this recipe. One, you slice like you do for salan. So I've already sliced them and brought them. And one of them you chop like you would for an omelette. All right? So the one that we will put first and we will fry very lightly is the one that I've sliced for a salan. Isko zara chala dein, please.
Why is that? Why have you done them differently?
I never really thought about why, but basically it just adds to the taste. I think the chopped one, because I put in later, so it just mixes in well. Whereas this, I'm frying from before and then putting in the mince and then frying it like you do, when you're making keema.
Okay. So it's
sort of
like they're
set
at
up
different
that.
stages of cooking.
That's right.
This
So
one,
this is in the initial stage, and then the chopped one I add in later.
so that one will become a golden brown, that one will retain a bit of it.
Basically, I'll saute it. It
Okay.
won't become too brown.
Okay.
It's quite windy, so it may take a little time for this to warm up.
Is that okay?
That looks fine. That looks good. Okay.
do we mix the mince into this or?
No, we'll mix it in the onions.
Okay. Well, while this is sauteing, tell me something, Shahnaz. I
Yes.
believe that you're working on another book right now.
That's right.
OUP has
That's right.
commissioned you to.
That's right. My second book is again about cuisine. It's actually an encyclopedia, and it's called the Oxford Companion to Pakistani Cuisine. So I am basically the general editor of it, and I will be having a lot of other contributors who will. Sorry? अच्छा, वो phone पर है.
Now, these quantities that you've given us, Shahnaz, with these quantities, how many
Thoda
of these
chula halka.
cutlets will we be able to make?
I think around 12 we should be able to make. It depends also on the size.
And 12 cutlets would be able to feed approximately how many people?
Well, then again, it depends. If it's just ladies, I think 12 ladies, they don't pick up more than one each. वो या तो बहुत तेज
नहीं,
हो
वो
जाता
बंद
है.
हो गया है. उसको
है?
फिर
On
से
है?
चूल्हे को फिर से जलाना होगा. वो आग बुझ गई है. Shahnaz, I think you'll have to step back. He has to light it again. It's so windy today.
Yes. Okay. थोड़ा सा उसका हल्का कर सकते हैं चूल्हा. I'm going to put in 1 teaspoon of ginger. अब ला लें.
So 1 teaspoon of ginger. Do you put the ginger in before the garlic or does it not matter?
It doesn't matter. You can
Okay.
put it in either ways.
Do you ever mix your ginger and garlic to keep or do you
No,
always
I
keep
always
them
keep
separate?
them separate because there are in a lot of when we do vegetable cooking, we don't use ginger. We only use garlic.
Okay. And you wouldn't put that in before. You put that in after the keema has been cooking.
That's right. And spoons of coriander powder.
And when does the lal mirch go in?
Just now. And red chilies, we normally don't have too much, so I'm putting in half a teaspoon. And
But
I
that's
find that
also-
that's fine. But if you all take extra chilies, you all can just increase the amount. जी जी कड़ी पत्ता मैं दूसरी भी चीज़ बनाऊंगी तो उसमें कड़ी पत्ता डालूंगी.
So that's really about personal taste, the amount of
That's right,
chili you put
that's
in.
right.
And would you always
And,
use pisawa lal mirch or can you put in the kotawa lal mirch?
I prefer to put the pisawa, but one could put. मुझे नमक भी ज़रा पास कर दीजिएगा please. One could of salt. I don't use iodized salt, which is being promoted so widely. I use the regular salt.
And why is that?
Because I feel that we don't need iodine extra in our part of Pakistan.
Okay.
So it would be better to just.
And you don't want to just cook it while this is
वो
cooking?
कढ़ाई मुझे दे दें या वो छोटी ये मगर इसमें आ जाएगी अंदर घुस जाएगी. What about this? This also won't work. I'm not going to wait.
But generally at home, Shahnaz advises that you do this with a non-stick pan.
Yes, I prefer using non-stick utensils because they're a lot.
It's a real success.
That's great.
And my nephew ate it. I'm staying with him at the moment, and he ate it.
Did
Really
you like
liked
it? Oh, good, good.
So we had it at dinner with a pulao, and it was fantastic.
That's excellent. You know, yesterday we didn't take out individual servings for everybody to try, and we just left it over here, and there was such a stampede that you didn't even get to taste it. Now I'm going to be adding the chopped coriander and mint and green chilies. Again, it's entirely up to you how much you want to put in. And I've already mixed the mint and the coriander together and brought it. So you can just put in as much as you want. Okay? All right.
Fantastic.
Now what I'm going to do is just roll these up and make them into mince balls.
Who whose idea was the vermicelli instead of the
I think it was my
breadcrumbs?
mom's because I haven't had this at any other house.
Neither
in the
have I.
whole, you know.
It's a
So
completely unique idea.
yeah. So and you can
For-
use it for anything.
for fish
I would think so. You can use it for anything.
Fantastic.
Okay. So I've and this we normally make this into balls. Yeah.
There's music playing in the background. Wonder what that is.
Okay. That will go very quickly because a lot of the ingredients I've already brought prepared from the house. And the reason why I've done that, like yesterday, I did all the blending and grinding in front of everyone. But the reason why I've done this from the house is I haven't used a blender or a grinder to grind those ingredients. I have used seal patthar, and that's the way I like to do the masale wale alus because you get the real authentic taste that way. So I could have just used a blender here, but I want you to see the difference so that when you eat it this way, and then if you use a blender at home, then you'll see that there is a difference in taste. So there's something to be said for the old techniques and old ways of cooking. Lasan, garlic in the alus, and that also has to be done on the pathar because if you do it on in a blender and you use water with it, it just loses its taste completely.
Shall I move this?
Yeah.
Keep it here so that it doesn't tilt or anything.
Kadai dal. Huh?
These feel moderately sticky. Would you really need to add the egg?
Yes, because you're going to need to put the vermicelli, so that will help it bind it.
So they're going to be deep fried.
Yeah. Okay, these are regular. These are already pre-crushed.
Okay, so you make it as small as.
Yeah. Okay. So just for your.
And would you crush that by hand?
Yeah, just with hands.
Just. And can you crush it in the packet? Can you just crush it in the plastic bag?
Yeah, you can crush it and then just leave it in the. It's better to take it out, crush it, and then just leave it in the plastic bag.
Okay.
And what I'm going to do now.
It's very
is,
finely crushed. It's. Can I?
And you just roll it up properly so that it covers the entire cutlet, and then you fry it.
It's smaller than grains of rice, but it isn't
Yeah,
powdered. Let me hold this one. Do you want to put this here so that I can also help? If you put the egg here,
Okay.
so that I can also help. Nice.
I think we have enough to go around. I've brought some from the house as well. So you all will all be able to taste it and see
Fantastic.
how it tastes.
They look absolutely delicious, and it's such a unique. I'm scared of touching, going near the fire.
Okay. No, I don't, since I'm a full-time professional and I need to be at the office till at least 6:30. Don't get much time to cook on a regular basis, but when I'm entertaining, which is again not as frequently as it used to be once upon a time when I wasn't working. But that's when I do all my cooking myself because I love to cook.
How do you manage so many jobs? You're working freelance, writing freelance for various publications. You're working full time for 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 a TV channel, your
as my friend sitting here will vouch. So, um, yes, it's a bit of a challenge, but I think one manages if one is really passionate about everything.
and when did
Got married, I made a conscientious effort to stay in the kitchen and watch my mother cook and watch the cook. So that, and I sort of laboriously wrote down all the recipes that I used to enjoy. Yesterday I did Shahi Tukre, which was a Mughlai specialty, and I had done Burani, which originates from Afghanistan, and later it was adapted by Balochis, and so I had done that. Can I just interrupt? इसके लिए बेहतर होता है कि छोटे गोल आलूज इस्तेमाल करें. In case you don't get them, I've tried to use medium-sized potatoes, but it's nice to use small round ones. Then you can just cut them into half, and you don't have to cut them further. But the bigger they are, the more then you need to cut them to get them the right size. I'll show you what size I use. And always try and keep your potatoes the same size. Whether
1 bulb of garlic ground, 50 grams of tamarind, imli, a few curry patta, half a cup of oil, and salt to taste. What is 50 grams of imli? How much would that be?
well, you get imli, you get packets of imli. So and they're normally they have the measurement on it, but it's normally like a quarter of that packet.
Okay.
Okay, I am making them into the size pieces. All right. As Zainab has read out, they're all coarsely ground. So again, I would advise you, if you have a seal butter.
Otherwise, you can also use one of these and just use what's the belan.
You can use a hammam dasta also and grind it in that. चूल्हा बंद कर दिए?
अंडा और है?
हाँ नहीं, इसमें नहीं करूँगी मैं. Reason why I was so keen on doing a book on Pakistani cuisine. मुझे शायद पहली दफ़ा एक रेस्टोरेंट नज़र आया जिस पे लाहौर एक्चुअली लिखा हुआ था कि लाहौरी कैफ़े, वरना नॉर्मली वो हमेशा इंडिया का. मैं ये सारी चीज़ें तैयार करके लेकर आई हूँ ताकि टाइम सेव हो जाए, मगर मैं आपको बता देती हूँ कि एग्जैक्टली इसमें क्वांटिटीज़ क्या है, और so it will be a lot quicker.
173.
Yeah, I think it's this
173.
Yeah. So you want to read out the ingredients?
The ingredients, or soak the red chilies in?
You've already read out the ingredients?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So basically, she's already read out the ingredients. इसमें आलू है जो मैंने इस तरह काट लिए हैं, और अब जो है मैं इसके अंदर मसाला जो है सब एक साथ मिलाने वाली हूँ, और हाँ, ये फ्राई करना है तो आप यहाँ फ्राई कर लो. This is the tamarind. इसमें मुझे एक चम्मच दे दे तो मैं इनको थोड़ा सा टेक्स्ट. This is how it looks. All right. So
have you sweetened it or
nothing? This is just imli with water, and I have soaked it in hot water, and then I've removed the seeds. Okay. All right, and then I'm going to add the dhania zira. It said 3 tablespoons. Tablespoon दे दे मुझे. It's coarsely ground. So I'm going to be putting in 3 tablespoons of zira and 3 tablespoons of dhania. Thank you. Okay. So that's 1, 2, and 3 tablespoons of zira. And there's 1, 2, and 3 tablespoons of dhania. मुझे लहसुन और लाल मिर्च भी पास कर दे और नमक भी.
And the lal mirch in this one is kotawa lal mirch.
Okay, now no, this is not the regular kotawa. This is again, it's the Kashmiri लाल मिर्च जो होती है, उसको आप भिंगा दें and then भिंगाने के बाद उसको आप पत्थर पर जो भी है मोटा आपको ग्राउंड करना है उसको, ठीक है?
Okay.
So this is a teaspoon, right? उसमें मुझे नमक चाहिएगा. मोटा मोटा वो कर लेना है, ठीक है?
Okay, so that's a whole garlic.
That's a whole garlic.
Okay, all right.
Okay. ये पूरा एक है, एक से ज़्यादा है इमरान? ये पूरा एक ही है ना?
Fantastic. I love this.
Yes, a lot of garlic for you to have.
Yes.
Okay. With me. And I'll put in 1 teaspoon of salt in this.
And the curry patta.
The curry patta we'll put in the end. We
Okay.
will give a bagar of it.
Oh, okay.
So what I'm doing is that I mixed masala
Okay.
in this. And now I'm going to coat the potatoes with it. So this is how it's going to look. Okay. Okay, there you go. मुझे वो राइस स्पून दे देना तो मैं मिक्स कर दूँ इससे.
Fantastic. So you're actually mixing it before you cook it.
That's right. This actually doesn't get cooked. This
Oh,
is
it
it.
doesn't?
It doesn't get cooked at all. This is absolutely ready. All I'm going to do is now give a little bit of bagar of curry patta, and that's it. It's
So-
ready to be eaten.
So even the garlic doesn't need to be cooked.
Nothing.
Wow.
And after you've had it, let me know what you think of it.
Yeah, today I'm going to taste both of these before.
Okay. So I've mixed them. All right. Can everybody see it?
Fantastic.
Okay. Now what we're going to do is just heat up a little bit of the oil.
you want in this
तेल
fry pan?
मुझे छोटा फ्राई पैन में that will be too big. मगर छोटा फ्राई पैन भी इसमें नहीं जाएगा. Actually, there's a problem with these stoves are so big. They are that normally जो घर में हम cooking utensils use करते हैं वो यहाँ के लिए miniature size हैं. हाँ? नहीं वही तो चल इसमें थोड़ा सा तेल डालने because बहुत कम डालना है इसमें. I don't want it to drown in oil. इसको थोड़ा सा टर्न कर दे तो अगर हैंडल इससे बाहर निकल सके इस तरह. Okay, I just want to put in very little oil. And थोड़ा सा गरम हो जाएगा तो I'll put the curry patta in.
Okay, how much curry patta for that many potatoes?
I think this imbibes the flavor of it. मुझे थोड़ा सा पेपर दे दें तो मैं हाथ पोंछ लूँ.
Oh, would you like to? वो पानी कहाँ है हाथ धोने के लिए?
Leave smoking, then we just put it in this and we'll cover it.
What a wonderful aroma. I don't think the wind is blowing this way, so none of you can smell it, but it's smelling fantastic.
दम आलूज़ इसमें डाल दें.
It's on one page 73.
हाँ डाल. इसको मैंने कवर कर दिया है ताकि थोड़ी देर उसका जो है कड़ी पत्ता का फ्लेवर उसके अंदर आ जाएगा. एंड वी आर ऑल रेडी. मेरे ख्याल से आप जब तक हम बातें करते हैं तो ट्रे में आप लोग वो प्लेट्स ले जाकर और सबको सर्व कर दें ताकि एवरीबडी कैन गेट अ टेस्ट ऑफ व्हाट द कुकिंग हैज़ बीन लाइक. Thank you. It will come, yes. You will get the taste of the garlic in the mouth. So if you're not a garlic fan, then go for the paste. But otherwise, इसका जो flavor जो है ना वो आता है with that garlicky coming in your mouth.
Yeah, I think with recipes, you go according to the book the first time, and then you can always adapt it to
yes.
your own flavor and what you like.
I think there's also
ketchup to go around if I'm not mistaken. If you would like to have it with the ketchup, मगर वो pass कर रहे हैं सबको.
This is absolutely delicious.
And I'd like to thank Zainab because she's come all the way from Islamabad and she's moderating this.
It's been a joy for me. It really has been.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.